So when you put your Tesla drive into your computer, you get three main files. You get the recent clips, you get the saved clips, and you get the century clips. If you go to the recent clips, you'll see you just get so many 1 minute clips. It's really kind of difficult to find what you're looking for. I mean, in fact, it's very hard. So you look on here. Okay, that's not what I want. A far better way is if you is on this app. So what you get here is you get all the different drives. This is a 65-minute drive, it's a 107-minute drive, and then when you're ready, you can pick one and you can watch one. And here it is. It's watching now, so we can move it into here and start watching. So it's got all the data on here, and then you can go and make the video. So that's what we're going to talk about now. Well, the good news is that the dash cam for Tesla has gone from 1 hour of rotation to 24 hours. You do need to put a bigger drive in. The little thumbnail that they give you isn't big enough, so you've got to put in a big drive, maybe around 1 terabyte. That's what I've got. I've got a 1 terabyte in there now, and that should comfortably record at least 24 hours of driving, which is about a month of driving for the average person. So because there wasn't any software out there that met my criteria, I decided to build my own. With my 50 years experience in software development, I thought I was quite qualified to do that. So what's my criteria? There's a few criteria. One, I didn't want to have to install software on my computer. I also didn't want to upload the videos to the cloud. Obviously, because of the size of the data that goes up, and also, well, I just didn't want to do that. So that's pretty hard criteria. How do you run something on your local computer without downloading anything? Well, with Chrome and with Safari is what I use. So either you can run the software in either Chrome or Safari, and all you do is you just go to a website and click on it, as you do to any other website, and you can run the software. The other criteria is I wanted to be able to burn the data that Tesla have embedded within their videos, but you can't, don't show it unless it's on an app. So I wanted to burn that in. I wanted to be able to have it so that you can burn some of the data, not all of the data. You can select what you wanted. I also wanted the time of day that the video was filmed. What else was there? I wanted to be able to select the output, whether it was 1080 or 760, whatever, and the frame rate. So I wanted to be able to do that. And the other thing I wanted to be able to do is to have multi-sync for multi-cam. So multi-cam allows you to switch between cameras. So now we'll look to the right to see why it stopped. These cars coming, looks back forward, looks to the front again, then looks back, and it waits now for this car to go through, and now off it goes, and we go back to the front camera. So that's multicam. For those that are seriously making videos, they can make multicam type videos because it's auto sync. So that was my criteria. So let me show you how it works. It was fine. So let's look at it. And I must point out, there's no charge. You don't need to give me your email address. You don't need to sign up for a newsletter. You just need to go to the site and use it. It'd be great if you subscribe to my channel, but that's not necessary either. So I'll just go down. So this is what you kind of get to start off with. So you get this, and what you do is you just simply choose your files. Now you go to your cam. I've taken some files somewhere else. So, but what you can do is you can just do this. And we say, okay, let's look at all the recent trips. So we say, yep. Now it doesn't actually upload them. It's just looking at them here. Now I've got 14. So what this is divided into drives. So what a drive is according to the way I've done it, is when there's a gap of more than 5 minutes in your clips, that means you've stopped. So we've got Monday the 6th from 2:34 to 3:39, a 65-minute drive. Well, this is, so you've got these different drives, and if there's a few, it keeps going backwards and forwards. But let's just pick on this one. So we'll say we'll look at that one. Now we'll just go and watch the video. So now that's the video. Now we just there's two things you can do. You can watch it as I'm doing now. So it's watching the video, as you can see, it's here. Or you can trim it to where you want to watch it from. It jumps around a bit, but now this is running on your computer. It's not in the cloud. And that's why it was so quick to kind of upload. So you can just say okay, and you'll see there's all this information down here. You've got the sideways accelerometer, the accelerometer for acceleration and deacceleration. Whether you're driving, you've got the blinker on, whether you've got FSD, and what the speed is. Now you can also clip between the different for the different cameras. Sorry, this is great. So now what you do once you've found the clip that you want, and you've reduced it to whatever size that you want it to be, you then go and make this section. So we'll go and make the section. So here you put which cameras you want. Now you can get just the front, or if you want to do multi-cam, that is where you've got all the videos or some of the videos, so that when you're in your video editing software, you can flick between the two. For example, if you're coming up to a roundabout and you want to look to the right, you can just flick it onto the right-hand camera. Now you can do all that in Resolve and Final Cut and that, but you need not just the video, you need time sync. They need to be synced so that the software knows when you click to the other camera whereabouts it should be. So this does all that. So on here you can select whether you want the HUD information, that's all that data, just on the front camera, or whether you want it on the other cameras, so we can pick the other cameras. Pick as many cameras as you like, actually. You have it on front or on every angle. You have it in kilometers or miles an hour. And you can turn on and off any of the information, date, time. And I've got here that you can straighten the fisheye. So I don't know if you noticed, but in the camera in the rear vision, in the rear, it's a fisheye. Well, if you have that clicked, in fact, I will go back to watch and I'll show you what I mean. So you'll see here that this is bigger. Yeah, I'll just make that bigger. Okay, so no, that doesn't show what I wanted to show. So go back to front. If you see that there, you'll see that that's actually fisheyed. But when you look at it, it's straightened up. So it's not that straight. It actually gets straightened up further. So we'll go back to make the video. So I'll just make it shorter. And it doesn't. It's not interfering with your bandwidth at all. But I'll just make it 14 minutes because I think 14 minutes is enough to do this demonstration. I won't make you watch something. So you can pick what you want. So you might just want the left pillar and the right pillar. You want all the information and date and time, of course. I mean, that's important. You may just have it on the front. So we'll just put it on the front for the moment. There's also video settings. So for the people who are making videos for the internet or whatever, you can adjust here. You can have the Tesla source, and that's the size. It's a funny resolution. It's about 3,200. So it's not 4K, but it's fairly close. But you can then pick whichever resolution you want. So you can lower the resolution if you don't want it to be really high quality. You can also adjust the frames per second as to how many frames per second you want, and that's important depending on you know what you require. We just do normal source, and then you just press make video. So I know it's it probably looks like it's going fairly slow, but if you know it's doing quite a bit of work, and you know it's encoding that information on each frame, and it's making those videos. Okay, so when it's finished, it goes into your downloads file, and the multiple clips go into a zip file. So if you have a look inside the zip file, you'll see here the 3 files. There's also a little README file, and that's just to remind you what you've got. You've got front, left, and right. All the files are the same length, and they're synced, so they start at the same instant. So it just gives you a bit of information about that. And you can look at any of the videos. So these are the videos. That was a side camera. Now I didn't burn the HUD in that one. This one I did. You'll see that the accelerometer is going. You see as it goes out of the roundabout, you'll see it accelerates. Off it goes. You'll see it's FSD, and you'll see the wheel angle. So we'll just go back to that. I'll just show you that again. So here you'll see the wheel angle going around, the speed, the blinker, and the time of day. Now all of those could have been turned off, as you probably remember. So that's it. So for the future of the software, obviously I'm going to be fixing bugs. So if you have any issues or find things wrong with it, please either leave the comment down below or on the website. It's got my email address. Feel free to email me any issue that you found. As far as future upgrades go, I'm looking forward to some input from the community. So what I'm looking at the moment is location. So I'm looking at the ability to put in the location of where the video is being filmed at the time, the street or whatever. I'm also looking at having it so that you can search for a location. So within all your videos that you have, you could put in, okay, I want all the videos where I've got, such and such a street, such and such a roundabout, and it just gives you those in the list, and you pick from there. The only thing I'm trying to solve, it's pretty straightforward, but the problem I'm trying to solve is with Open Maps. Using their API, there's a cause problem, and I've just got to work out how I can overcome that. Anyway, that's my problem. So if you've got any problems, email me. If you have any issues, email me. Feel free to put comments down below. I'd like some comments down below. It helps my channel. And if you're not subscribed and you feel so inclined, please subscribe.